Welcome to another training video from XMPRO. Today we will be looking at how to create an app data connection. As a prerequisite, you should have already gone through the video on how to create an app. If you haven't, then I highly recommend that you go through that first. Now, assuming that you have already created an app and it's blank, the first thing you need to do is decide what this app means for your user and what this app needs to do. Is it going to display some static information like work instructions? Or perhaps it is going to load data from a database and display it in a grid. Or furthermore, maybe it is going to get live data of your assets like let's say a conveyor belt and display conveyor belt speed or the temperature inside a bearing of a pump. So based on those requirements, you will take next step, and you will notice that 80% of the times you would need to get data from a third-party system or from outside. Now, how do you achieve that? Well, in the app designer inside the screen, you would see there is a button for app data. You can click on that, and that will show you the list of connections that you already got. But since this is a blank app, you can see that there is no connection yet. So I'll click on the add button, and I'll be presented by a list of connectors that I have available that I can use to connect to third-party systems. Now, what is a connector is a topic for another video. But for now, we can just assume that connectors would have already been created by the admin or the IT. Let's say my requirements are that I want to display data from a SQL table. So I'll go ahead and choose SQL connector. And once I choose it, I'm presented with a list of configuration options that connector is asking me for. So I'll start by the name. This is a friendly name which will just help us identify this connection. So I'll say, for example, furnace data. Next, I'm going to configure this connector, and it is asking me for a server name. I can use one of the ones that I got. And I want to use SQL authentication. I'll provide the username, and I'll then provide the password. What that will do is actually go ahead and query that server and get me a list of all the databases that I have. And the one I want to connect to is this one. I can then go ahead and save this connection, and it will then be added to the list of connections in my app. Now, an important point to note here is that this connection that we created is going to be available across all the pages in my app. So it's a one-time exercise. You configure it once, but you can use it in all your pages as many times as you may need. So that was how to create an app data connection. In the next video, we will be looking at how to use this connection.